called me over, and I'm like, oh gosh, like no, like I don't want to go like pray for someone right now. I just want to go and be comfortable. And I was like, Margaret, come with me. So we go.
Protection.
So we go, and she's like, okay, like I'm on step 2, and I have to like talk about all the things that happened to me. And this whole time, like Pepper is screaming, right? Like, and I couldn't even focus on what she was saying. I couldn't focus on anything but like just so carnal, right? Like, look at her, this, and I'm just being so real and honest. Like, like she doesn't smell good, or like she has like things in her hair and it's gonna get on you, and this and that. And like the whole time I'm just like, these thoughts are going through my mind. And Margaret started praying for her, and I'm like, I don't even know what Margaret is saying. I don't know anything. And I was like, maybe I'll just let Margaret do it, and then I'll leave. And this whole time Pepper is screaming, right? Like, run, like get out, like what are you doing? And all of a sudden I hear this whisper, and God is like, she's my daughter. And it's like, she's my daughter. And in that loud of screaming of Pepper, I hear that, and it was like this crazy love just came for this woman. And God was like, she needs to know that it wasn't her fault. Like, she needs to know that what she experienced wasn't her fault. So instead of listening to Pepper, instead of listening to my thoughts, I just put my hands on her and I started speaking life and love and prophesying and just praying for her. And it was like, I never like felt that before. Like the love of God just totally came through me and into her. And I was just, I don't even know what I was saying. I was just saying whatever God was telling me to say to her. And at the end of it, I was like, like, how do you feel? And she's like, I feel calm, I feel peace. And I don't even know if she's ever felt peace before. Like, I don't know. She was, had all these things raped at 9, and just all this stuff happened to her. And I told her, like, you can live from this place. Like, you can live from this peace, like, all the days of your life. And I just started speaking that, like, you have Jesus. Like, you can walk this out. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's real. Like, the carnal mind will try to just pull you in the other direction. But then it's like, you got to come back to who you are. You got to come back to seeing the people for who they are. And that small, super small whisper drew me out of that carnal thinking. It's like, she's my daughter. And that's all that I needed. I just wanted to share that.
That was good. I actually caught that on camera. So I'm so happy because I didn't know the backstory to that.
And I was just like,
that's context now.
When I came in and I was like, and you're like,
I saw it on your face.
Yeah, I walked in and I was like,
you looked like you were not there.
I wasn't sure what it was. I just thought maybe she was overtaken with.
And
I don't know, but
I was talking to Jolene and I immediately, right?
And it was like freaking me out because then I started to think like, man, this is like.
When I sat back on the couch, I seen you looking like, what are you doing, girl?
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, I'm over that one already.
I know. And then I was like, this, and then hearing Blake's like testimony.
That's so crazy getting the backstory to that. Like, there's so much context there. And then the fact that when I started filming, like, I was drawn over there. And like, I caught, like, you don't even know what you said. I'm gonna go review the footage.
I don't know what I said.
But just getting that's amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes, wow.
Was anybody else feeling peppery, like when it was ministry time? Was anybody else feeling like that? I was feeling like that. Can I be honest? I was like, I'm just gonna film. That was my excuse, and then I started just being real.
I told myself I'm tired. I'm gonna stay right here.
I like checked out seriously, and I feel like, man, I missed opportunities, man.
I seen your face. You look back.
And after hearing Blake's testimony, I was like, man, like,
Woo.
that's like everything that he went through. Like, that's my dad, and he's like in these places, and this is where he's living, and this is what he went through, and it was just so like,
oh my gosh,
real and so personal, and yeah.
What this school will do for you, right here, is so I go there on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. and we go out of this Life Recovery Bible, and everybody's got some crazy stories in there. Just as I do, just as Blake had a beautiful story. It was awesome. And like, oh man, this is insane. Because I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm in recovery, I'm like before this class, and I'm like sitting in there, I got my Bible, and I'm feeling great. And then I come in there, I hear people's stories, I'm like, man, you need to get out of your mindset right now. And like, I'm thinking this, I'm like, I don't want to hear what she says anymore. So I'd get up and I'd leave early, or I'd go home and I'd stay sober and I'd stay clean and everything, but I started like judging them and everything. It's like, this is exactly what we see in religion and like in churches and whatnot, and in ministry, like small ministries and stuff. And this is what this school has freaking done for me, man. It showed me exactly, like, beforehand, I'm like, I used to think the same stuff. Like, I didn't want to go in there and sit down, because there's all kinds of walks of life that go in there, because like, I want something on me. So I would stand up sometimes and constantly move my feet and everything. And like, man, whenever, like, just coming to the Bible studies on Monday, started slowly changing my mindset. And I was like, but I still would just be like, sit there and be like, okay, I gotta get up again, go get coffee, always move around, and somebody would talk, and I'd try and move and it's just disrespectful. And I, like, cause they're hurting, like beforehand, I'm like, I would go and tell people, I just want to be quiet, cause I'm tired of hearing that, Like, they just say the same stuff every time, and it's cause they don't know who they are, they're so lost, just as I was. And I sat here and I put the fact that I have, man, I've had like weird encounters and stuff, and I don't know where I'm getting at this, other than the fact that this school has shown me tonight the same people that I love on, or I thought I loved on. Like, I thought I was sitting here doing something, I thought I was going in there and really showing something, and whenever I spoke, it was like that. But from now on, I'm like done with how I was talking.
Yes.
When I go in there, it's like when I go in there, I'm like gonna, because like this identity has showed me that all these people who will say, oh, yeah, I've always done this, I've always believed, I've always done it. Yeah, well, before I accidentally killed somebody years ago and I found Jesus from a church retreat, I freaking got lost again, and I believed in it, but I didn't sit here and know my truth. Like, man, like, there's so many people who walk around like, yeah, I believe, man, I do this. But really, like, no, you don't. Like, because, man, if you believed, you'd be, oh, gosh, man, it's crazy. You wouldn't sit here and let those little things bother you. Like, I saw so many things happening even to me. And being from here, I learned that, like, it's overwhelming, man. I was telling Sergio, like, dude, when I look in their eyes, I can just see something that I've even looked in these eyes before and said, I love you, and I miss you, but I didn't truly mean that, you know what I mean? Because tonight I looked at them, and like, I put my hands on them, and I was like, I love you so much. I was like, in Jesus' name, you are so incredible, and I want to have protection over you constantly. And like, man, like, I've just never like been so vulnerable in front of them, not cared. I've always been like, maybe I smell funny, maybe I this, maybe there's coffee on my breath, but I didn't care at all. I was just like, I know these people, and I've been so wrong to them. I'm so sorry, and like, I just was like, dang, man,
so
God
good.
is so amazing. And whenever you figure out what He's putting inside of you, and you realize that, wow, I've been like blind for so long, and all these other people are blind. They think coming here just on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays, just getting a couple hugs and everything is just great, but no, that's not it, man. You've got to like do what you're doing that you're feeling to like everybody. You got to give it to everyone, and seriously be more remorseful and like just, like, geez, man. I'm so like just amazed by all of this. I'm not kidding, man. Oh, God.
Join the club, brother. We're all, man. Hey, welcome.
Man,
Told you it was good.
like, so yeah, if you're thinking about coming to this class, or if you're still recording, people are like hesitant about coming here. Like, I'm from this town, I get to go home. I get to wrestle with, you know, stuff, and then I get to go. Like, only God can make something like this happen that's happened to me. I'm not trying to make it just about me, because it's not. You guys are awesome. And like, seeing y'all come into that place like that, where all walks of life are coming in there, who are bent out of shape, all messed up and lost, but really they're not, because they're already at one step, and that's right there with the Word.
Yeah.
One thing they need to do is just surrender to it and really die to themselves and stop thinking about the whole fact that I went through this divorce, I went through this, I killed this person, I shot this up, I did this to my brother, I did that, you know? Like, it's not you anymore. You know, you're sitting here talking about, why don't you talk about how much you love your neighbor, and while he's in here, why don't you sit here and like give him a hug and just like, let's, like, man, I don't even, that's all I'm going to say is that you'll find your identity here, and I did.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. Yeah.